The Saja boys didn't become legends just because they were talented. They were chosen by something far older than K-pop itself, a demon named Guimma. Their story didn't begin on a stage. It began with a deal.
You're lucky. I'll never forget the first time I heard him.
Guimma existed long before the Saja boys ever appeared on a stage. Legends say he was born from the shadows of the underworld, existing long before Hunter's music itself, a being who thrived on ambition and desire. He became the king of demons by selling dreams to desperate people in exchange for their souls. In the film, Guimma's earliest appearance is shown as a figure rising from the underworld, appearing in an old village filled with people. While his demons feed on the souls of the villagers, he's silently watching from the background. Some argue Guimma was never human at all, unlike Jinu. His essence is tied to fame itself, appearing wherever talent and ambition meet. Many K-pop fans believe Guimma, over the centuries, looked for more than just talent. He seeks vulnerability he can shape and use. Every artist he works with leaves a part of themselves behind, a piece of their soul exchanged for success. His name comes, or I should say, originated from Korean Hanja, in which Gi means ghost and Ma means demon, literally meaning a ghost or demon entity rooted in Korean traditional folklore. To conclude, the name Guimma comes from an old word meaning the shadow ruler, or hidden master, hinting at his control over those he chooses. He moves unseen in shaping careers. Every performance, choreography, and viral moment was planned under his watchful eye. And this is where the Saja boys' story truly begins. In the film, we are only fully introduced to the past of one Saja Boys member, Jinu. Unlike the others, Jinu's story is directly tied to Guimma himself. 400 years ago, Jinu lived a desperate life with his mother and younger sister after the death of his father, who had been the family's only provider. Jinu's father was a bipa player, a traditional Korean instrument similar to a lute. He used his music to perform on the streets, earning just enough to feed his family. When he passed away, that fragile stability disappeared overnight. Poverty consumed the household, and at just 17 years old, Jinu felt the weight of responsibility crush him. Watching his mother and sister struggle, he blamed himself for being powerless. The only thing his father left behind was the bipa. Holding on to hope, Jinu decided to continue his father's legacy. He took to the streets, playing and singing day after day, believing that effort alone could change his fate. But no matter how hard he tried, people didn't stop. His voice wasn't strong enough, and disappointment slowly turned into despair. Then, one night, everything changed. As Jinu performed alone, a voice spoke to him, offering something impossible. A beautiful voice, and a life beyond poverty. The cost was simple: loyalty to Guimma, a demonic entity who ruled the underworld. Jinu hesitated, but his desperation outweighed his fear. He believed this was his only chance to save his family, to finally become useful. So he accepted the deal, unaware of the darkness he had just stepped into. Guimma preys on people at their lowest point, not by forcing them, but by convincing them they have no other choice. He didn't just offer Jinu a voice, he reshaped the way Jinu saw himself. Guimma made him believe his suffering had meaning, that poverty was fate, and that this deal was the only path left to save his family. Once the contract was sealed, Jinu's voice transformed. Word spread quickly, and before long, even the emperor heard of the young singer whose voice moved entire streets. A royal messenger was sent, summoning Jinu to the palace to perform for the emperor and his wife. This was the opportunity of a lifetime. Jinu arrived at the palace gates with his mother and sister, believing this moment would save them all, but only he was allowed inside. The guards turned his family away. Jinu understood the truth immediately. Refusing the emperor would mean death for all of them. Faced with that choice, he turned his back on his family and entered alone. At first, guilt followed him, but luxury has a way of slowly changing people. Surrounded by privilege, Jinu began to forget the life he left behind. He believed he had won. He didn't see Guimma's plan unfolding. Months later, demonic marks began appearing on Jinu's body. His secret was exposed, the palace guards captured him, and once the emperor realized Jinu had become something unnatural, the order was immediate: execution. Branded a curse upon the palace, Jinu fled, only to be dragged fully into Guima's world, stripped of everything he once loved, trapped as Guima's prisoner for eternity. As for the other Saja boys, their past remain mostly a mystery, but theories have filled the gaps. One of the strongest theories surrounds Mystery. Many fans believe Mystery is actually Mira's lost brother, taken during a demonic attack on her adopted family. Mira's real family was killed by demons, and she was later adopted by a wealthy household. According to rumors and subtle hints, a second attack targeted the biological son of that family, dragging him into the underworld and transforming him into a demon. Fans point to visual clues, shared earring designs, and mirrored aesthetics as possible evidence that part of his humanity still remembers his sister. This theory has not been confirmed, but it remains one of the most discussed possibilities, especially with a sequel expected. For members like Baby Saja, Abby, and Romance, no confirmed backstories exist yet. However, Jinu's story suggests a pattern. Guimma appears to those at their weakest, offering salvation at a terrible cost. It's possible each of them was chosen during moments of weakness. Despite their dark origins, the Saja boys share one undeniable bond: loyalty. This is shown repeatedly throughout the film. Even in the final moments when Jinu sacrifices himself to save Rumi, the reactions of Baby Saja and Mystery say everything. Netflix has hinted that Jinu chose the Saja boys because they were once human, unlike other demons born in the underworld. Scenes like the clinic moment reinforce this idea, showing that they entered the human world together after centuries apart. Their shared struggles, battles, and sacrifices explain why Jinu's final act stunned them. Baby Saja and Mystery escaping hints at a much larger role awaiting them in the next film. Now, before we move on to Guima's connection with Huntrix, pause the video and subscribe to Animaxia if Huntrix is your favorite K-pop band. Also like the video if you love the Saja boys more, and comment your favorite song and character. Now, let's continue. There are many K-pop fan theories circulating about Guima's connection to the Huntrix girls, and the biggest one centers around Rumi's unknown father. The film tells us that Rumi's mother was once a member of the Sunlight Sisters, and that she fell in love with a demon. That alone suggests something important. This would explain why Rumi carries demonic markings while still being a demon hunter like her mother. Before we continue, I've linked a full video where I break down Rumi's complete past story, just in case you want to explore it deeper. Now here's where the theory becomes unsettling. Despite having demonic blood, Rumi remains outside of Guima's control, and that might be the key detail everyone is missing. Some fans believe that Guimma himself could be Rumi's father. The theory suggests that Guimma once entered the human world, changing his appearance into a human form. He approached Rumi's mother, Mi Young, not as a monster, but as someone who claimed to love her. By manipulating her emotions, he convinced her to trust him, slowly breaking the unity of the Sunlight Sisters from within. This would align perfectly with Guima's nature. He never wins through brute force. He wins through deception, manipulation, and emotional control. According to the theory, Guimma convinced Mi Young that demons were not enemies, but beings shaped by pain and suffering. He made her believe that if humans and demons could coexist, the endless war would finally end. In her desperation to bring peace, Mi Young agreed and became pregnant, believing the child would be a symbol of unity between the two worlds. But when Celine discovered the truth, that her fellow demon hunter had a child with a demon, everything collapsed. Celine confronted the demon, intending to kill him. But at the final moment, Mi Young stepped in to protect the one she loved. That single act cost her life. The demon escaped, leaving Celine with a guilt she would carry forever. Now look back at the final scene between Guimma and Rumi. The way Guimma speaks to her feels personal, as if he knows exactly who she is and what she was meant to become. Even the lyrics from Golden raise questions.
Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe.
Some fans believe these lines hint that Rumi was destined to rule the demon world, not fight it. Whether this theory is true or not, it may remain a mystery until the next film is released. So, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.